financial burden is a bit high now. We know, like, okay, I got a notification. Okay, sorry. Even though we know things are a bit tough for the Nigerian economy, we also still recommended that the government increase the budget. For instance, the 7.9% this year was actually an increase from last year's. So in as much as we commend the government for that, we still suggest the increase it further next year and upwards. And then one thing we also noticed was that ASU, instead of always going on strike and bantering with the government, because we realized most times ASU comes to an agreement with the government, and then after a while,
unfortunately, your time has elapsed. So sorry, team pacemakers. Oh. Well done, and thank you for your presentation. We'll be taking feedback from one of the judges. Please mute your mic. We'll be taking feedback from one of the judges for 2 minutes, please. So any of the judges who has feedback from for team pacemakers, do let us know.
My name is Olusegun Onibinde. So I like your presentation, but I just need more clarity. Are you trying to streamline the whole issue around ASU strike to just funding? Is that your policy intervention? Is that what you are thinking? I just want to get more clarity there, because it looks like you didn't manage your time well. I felt like you still had a lot more to say, but I just wanted to hear what exactly is the policy trust. Is it that you think increased funding is necessary, or there are other wider concerns from your end?
Thank you very much, Chief Judge. So I hope Team Pacemakers has noted that unfortunately you won't be able to respond to that at this time. So we'll just be moving to the next theme, which is Coalition for Change. So Coalition for Change, over to you. Don't forget, you have just 5 minutes and your time starts now.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, judges. Good evening, the timekeeper. My name is Bayonle Ribami, and I'm the team leader for Coalition for Change. Our track is insecurity and police brutality. So when we got on this track, we made effort to find out the problems very peculiar to the insecurity and police brutality in Nigeria. And during our research, we noticed that poverty, inequality, and unemployment are major reasons why Nigeria is insecure. For example, the poverty line in Nigeria is about 40.1%, and 31.9% of Nigerians are living below the international poverty line of $1.90 a day. And we also noticed that we have a lot of tribes, a lot of groups in Nigeria that are unequal to the others. We have majority of people in Nigeria that are poor are in the north. And we also have the issue of unemployment. These three major reasons are reasons why these three major factors are reasons why Nigeria is insecure. So we have noted that. And on the issue of police brutality, it is very, very obvious that police brutality is an indirect war on the Nigerian government by the Nigerian police. The Nigerian police are actually extorting people, are brutal to them because of the kind of treatment the government has given them. They lack welfareism, and their remuneration is very, very poor. So we have noticed that, and we have made recommendations to that effect. So few of the recommendations we made in the aspect of insecurity was that Nigerian government should create jobs for people, open industries. There are a lot of industries that Nigeria can open so as to create jobs. And again, our borders are very porous. We have a lot of weapons pilfering the nation. Now we need more security men at our borders to take care of these issues. And again, we on the aspect of police brutality, we have also recommended that the government should increase the salaries of our Nigerian police force by almost 90%, and also take care of their welfareism. And again, in the aspect of security in Nigeria, the civilians are not so involved. So we have recommended that we should have a civilian review board that will be a part of the policing and security process in Nigeria, where civilians will have a say. So in conclusion, something that is very peculiar is that the government is the government support. So all these things can be sorted out. We have made the recommendations, and we are hopeful that the government will take it to them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Coalition for Change. You made your presentation within the time limit given to you. So well done. I would like to take feedback from any of the judges for Coalition for Change, Team Coalition for Change. Does any one of the judges want to give feedback? To our Chief Judge and the other judges, Hamzat, Bella, any feedback for Team 2, Coalition for Change? Okay. In the absence of any...
Let me
please
take
go ahead.
Just 30 seconds. So basically, it's I like your presentation, I like the flow, I like the sequence, I like how you were able to quickly bring the recommendations in. I felt like we should have brought more references in, basically like numbers and things like that. And I also feel that the recommendation should be more holistic. Because talking about police brutality, talking about creating jobs, there's a bit of a mismatch, and now you're sequencing it in that way. We're talking about police brutality and things like that. It's better we're talking about our recommendation that starts with a punitive system that punishes them. We're talking about maybe the welfare system. We're talking about an accountability system and things like that. So I just feel like when you're trying to set your premise and your conclusion, let it all fit in properly and have proper referencing. Make sure that the numbers are brought forward stronger. So I will stay at that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Chief Judge. So we'll be moving very quickly to the third team, which is the builders. But while the builders is prepping to start right about now, Team Harvest should also be ready to start. What I would also do to help is to use the speed up icon on Zoom. So whoever is presenting, take note of the icon. When you have just about 2 minutes left, I'll put up that icon for you to speed up, and I hope that helps. So Team the builders, over to you. Your time starts now.
Hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, good evening. My name is Kelechi Elizabeth Ugu. I'm the rep for Team the Builders. So our track is unemployment and underemployment. So currently, we want to go further to talk about the problems of unemployment. Unemployment have been a prevalent issue in Nigeria. Currently, our rate is about 33% compared to last year, which was 32.5%, according to NBS. Our problems include lack of technical framework, lack of continuity, conflicting policies, insecurities, and others. But we narrowed it down to these 4. The problems we have highlighted, recommendations we have highlighted to tackle these problems are: 1, unlocking the potentials of small and medium-sized enterprises; reformation of policies in order to avoid conflicting policies. It's one thing for the government to set up a policy on SMEs and also set up under the local government policies to conflict with the policies they have created. Also, we have other issues as insecurity. Majorly, the summary of all the whole recommendation is that the government should actually create an enabling environment for our problem. Once there's an enabling environment, there will be our businesses are going to strive, and it will help to uplift other people. Most of my colleagues who are from other tribes have also mentioned unemployment as the brain behind their problem. So this is like the mother of most of our problems in the country. So I would say that if the government can tackle the issues by creating an enabling environment, by reforming policies and creating a stable environment, infrastructure, and electricity for the businesses, it will strive and also be able to employ, we'll be able to employ other people also, and it will improve our unemployment rates. Thank you.
Great, well done, Team Coalition, Team the Builders, sorry. Well done. Please, would like to take feedback from the judges. Hamzat, please, can we hear from you? I'll be calling on the other judges, so please just get prepared. Hamzat, can we hear from you? Do you have any feedback from the team, for the team rather? Okay, if Hamzat is not here, or if he's unable to speak now. Jennifer, please, can we hear from you?
Yes, sure, no problem. Hi, everyone. I thought it was a really, really good presentation, really good use of your time. Thinking out loud to the issue of, the policy issue you've brought up. A lot of these issues are interconnected because it's very complex. So I've seen that you've talked about, some things that can be done on the small and medium scale side, also from the government. I was looking more of private sector, private sector led interventions, more of CSR, related projects that can help in terms of capacity building. There's always that question mark of, are people employable, beyond even looking at the blank issue of underemployment and unemployment. There's that question of, are people even employable? But overall, I think it was a really good presentation. I'm looking forward to, all you come up with. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jennifer. Since Team The Builder spared us some time, we'd like to take feedback from another judge. So Nnamdi, would you like to give them some feedback?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I quite enjoyed the presentation from the builders, and I'm reading their policy brief prior to the presentation. What came to my mind was the fact that the issue of unemployment is one that, and when you want to tie it to SMEs, is one that has been looked at a lot, and there's a lot of research and data. So I expected that they would lean more into what the data says about the issue. So just looking at their policy brief, for example, we see like just I think that some noise somewhere. Okay, I think that they could just do more to pull in that evidence when they're making their case. Another point that can also be explored more is just the idea of what do the patterns of employment look like. As Jennifer just mentioned, there's a lot of underemployment in Nigeria, so there's job mismatch. There's the skills are not there for the kind of jobs that exist, because even though there's high unemployment, there's still jobs being created. So looking at that too would help you take just this bird's eye view of how the issues are interconnected and what kind of solutions you can actually create that can really bring the change that you want to see, as opposed to just a solution that might address one part of it, which is strengthening the SMEs, but might not necessarily then help them contribute to the economy in terms of creating the jobs that wants to, because the end goal is for them to be able to create jobs that can employ people and increase the incomes and contribute to economic growth. So that's just my point. But I really enjoyed the presentation. I felt it was good, and it made use of time adequately, and also was coherent in its delivery of its points. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nnamdi. Okay, so we're moving to the fourth team, which is Team Harvest. Proactive, which is the last team. Please get ready because you'll be making your presentation shortly after Team Harvest. Team Harvest, over to you. And don't forget, you have just 5 minutes. So your time starts now.
Sorry, please, before our presentation, can we share our screen? Can we be allowed to share our screen, please?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, moderators. Good evening, panels of judges. My name is Grace Esoe Obaze, and I am the team lead for Team Harvest. We'll be talking on the issue of agriculture and food insecurity in Nigeria. So when we were discussing about this with the team, we talked about how food insecurity is as a result of the undermining of the agricultural sector. The government has not given much attention to that sector, and hence we have continuously relied on other sources, for example, crude oil, to bring in money, and importation of foodstuffs like good rice, wheat, and the likes of that. So the executive summary so far is Nigeria is a country filled with milk and honey, and it's blessed with arable land, but we're not taking use of the resources. Paradoxically, Nigeria is plagued with dire challenges with declining performance from major sectors, including the agricultural sectors. And over time, this sector has been driving force of Nigeria economy. But sadly, since 1970, we have totally abandoned it and moved on to oil produce. Some of the causes, like I mentioned before, is neglecting the agricultural sector and moving on to there. There's also violence. There's also farmers, local farmers not having access to the market. Then there's also, pardon me, I'm trying to recollect my thoughts here. Yeah, there's also the results of this food insecurity and lack of agricultural investigation in Nigeria. There's malnutrition, there's poor nutrition, especially infant mortality. There's an unhealthy nation whereby the youths and the children are not getting enough nutrients that they need. I'll be giving the floor to my team member to further expatiate on other topics. Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Tolulope Adebode. I'll be talking about the school feeding, homegrown feeding school program. Please, can you move to that part of the slide? All right, so we looked at the problem of that program that was put in place some years back, but we looked at the issues that was with it, and we identified that some of the stakeholders in that aspect have been mismanaging the resources that was given out to do that project. So some of the things we came up, the long-term policy that we proposal that we came up with, the identification of relevant local stakeholders in the community, because we feel like the community, it has great impact on this, and they are the ones that can take hold of this. They can involve themselves by setting up town hall meetings. They can use volunteers, and core members can also be influential key stakeholders and stakeholders in this aspect. Also, increase the resources allocated to the homegrown school feeding program from 17 naira per child to 315 naira because of the inflation and hiking price of products in the market, and also different factors of the economy. Also, there should be transparency. We suggested that there should be a community development program whereby the rural areas come up with people among themselves, and they go from school to school and also check whether this policy is
unfortunately, Tolulope, I may have to stop you here. Your 5 minutes has elapsed, but well done. We'll just take feedback from Hamzi if he's here. Hamzi, Judge Hamzi, please, can you give us your feedback for Team Harvest before? Or do you have any feedback for them? Or does any of the other judges have any feedback for Team Harvest?
Sure.
I'll just take that in 2 minutes. Okay, Bella, thanks.
Yeah, I'm happy to join in. I think so. While the presenters make it, so first I want to say, very audible and, vocal. I could hear the presentations very clearly, but I think I struggled to figure out the connection between the second speaker's recommendations and what the first speaker has said. And I think I've just actually been scrolling through the policy document that was sent a moment ago. It helps when you're having these sort of conversations as shown alluded earlier to. It's important to, in addition to having your background and context, the issue or the problem you're trying to address should be clearly articulated, right? So I think I struggled to figure out how did we go from our agri sector to homegrown school feeding? And I don't know if this is just me, but I don't know what problem we're trying to address here. So the urgency statement is acute food insecurity affects. This is Team Harvest, correct?
Yes, Team Harvest.
Okay, so acute food insecurity affects 14.5 million Nigerians. The country, the neglect of agricultural sector continued reliance on import will lead to eventual collapse of the economy. I don't know how we got from there to homegrown school feeding program. So yeah, I'm a little bit confused.
If you could allow me to just give a bit of background to that. So
Grace, sorry, unfortunately, you won't be able to respond respond to that.
Alright.
Because our time has elapsed, unfortunately. Okay, so thank you very much, Bella, and we'll be moving to the last presentation, which is from Team Proactive. Team Proactive, over to you. Don't forget, you have just 5 minutes, and your time starts now.
Okay, thank you. How can we serve the growing population and feeding this same growing population of about 200 million people? And Nigeria is constantly hiking in population density and numbers. So now, how can we feed these people and also rely on traditional agricultural processes, port tech adoptions, and depending on food importations. So this effect, we are relying on traditional practices as cause food price hikes, malnutrition, especially in the northeast of Nigeria, erratic food supplies and food shortages. So recently, the Ministry of Agriculture reported that there will be adopting tech into the Ministry of Agriculture and their processes throughout the value chain. So we brought up some recommendations to help them execute their adoption of technology in the agricultural sector. So the first is, we currently in Nigeria we don't have a socially inclusive policy where youth are actually outside these policies. So we brought up the first one. Our solution is centered around technology and social inclusion. The first one is to create a youth tax team. These youth tax team are going to comprise of state teams to make up all the 36, including the FCT, to advocate for agriculture processes, make government commit to these policies they are making. The next one is creation of data management and information system. This is to make the youth, give the government data to actually make tech decisions and make decisions from them. Also, another one is to create a South-South learning process. And there are countries, developing countries, they use this a lot to bring themselves together to solve problems faced by them. So the first thing now is create a youth tax team, create a platform to give agricultural grants, research to individuals and non-profit organizations. So I'll number them again. The solution first, create a youth tax team. The second one, research grants for individuals and non-profit organizations. The third one is a South-South learning process to bring up developing countries. The fourth one is to create a data management and information system to help to get data to make decisions. Thank you.
Wow, fantastic. You used your time, or you finished in very good time. Okay, so I would like to hear feedback from any of our judges. Does anyone have feedback for Team Proactive? Namdi, Jennifer, Hamzat, Bella, our Chief Judge Sheung. Any feedback?
Well, I like your presentation, but I just feel, I keep saying it again, one or two references to outlay your introduction would have been good, much more stronger. It helps much more in that way. I like your conclusion, the fact that you're able to bring this conclusion in, but I feel that your introduction could have been much more elaborate. You were trying to do too many things, and I know that the time was really, really short. But I would say that it was a very good presentation, and I just say that the sequence got better in this week.
Okay, thank you very much. Any other judge wants to give feedback to Proactive? Team Proactive.
Yes, I'll just offer a couple of words. So just as Sean said, very lovely presentation, good use of time and delivery. I do think that, just again, as Sean said, the introduction should be well laid out, and because I hear the recommendations, they sound good, but I'm not able to connect it to a base from where it started from. So what exactly is going on? So I see that, there's a couple of things that have been said, but I think it should just be made stronger that this is the problem. And if you can pull in references or existing research that says that this is the baseline, this is how we're planning to solve it, then it's good. Because if you have good solutions or recommendations, but they don't speak to the problems, then it's just something that we implement, but it doesn't change anything. You have the status quo, so it's good to ensure that you're clear on what the issue is, and start with the information in the background, and then you can then propose a solution for it.
Thank you very much, Namdi. Okay, she has muted her mic. Thank you. Any other feedback from the judges? Okay, I take that as a no. So we've heard from the 5 teams, and as it is with every competition, the judges would have to come together and then agree on the top 3 winners. So at this time, the judges will be taking a break and meeting to agree on the top 3 winners. I'll pass on the mic to Eben, Founder Policy Shapers, to take it up from here. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Oyi. Let me leave my video off just because of my connection. So the judges will go to a breakout room shortly, and then we'll quickly have a conversation. I'm just about to send them off. And people will just give us feedback based on their experiences from the week, or from the weekend, and then we'll also share some announcements. So just give me a second to quickly do that. Okay, so okay, apologies. I don't know if the judges are off yet. I'm just, my network just brought me back again. I can still see them here. Apologies. Okay. Okay, judges, have you gotten a prompt to move to the room? Can any of them just confirm?
So I clicked on the prompt, but nothing happened.
No.
Oh, and nothing happened. Oh, okay. Let me see why that happened. Apologies. Sorry, let's quickly try that. Okay, check and see if it has come back again. Okay, I think. Okay, I think our judges are gone now. I think so. As I can see, I can only see Hamzi. Okay, I think Hamzi has gone as well. Okay.
Yes,
all right.
They have.
They have. Okay. Okay, great. All right. Thanks. Thanks, everyone. So, yeah. So, just to say that we're all proud of you. We understand that the rigor of the weekend was really a lot, and that it must have been really tough to come up with these policy ideas in such a short time. The whole essence of doing this was to tell ourselves that it actually is possible for a young person to think like a policymaker and come up with policy ideas, right, in a very short time. Now, imagine how short the time was. Imagine if you were governor of your state, and had 8 years or 4 years, to come up with ideas. Imagine how much more you'll be able to do. And imagine if we then take all of the feedback that we've gotten and don't end, this, what we want to call a movement, and don't end it with just this hackathon, but we're able to move on further and continue to come up with ideas. Yeah, was someone saying something?
No.
Okay. Yeah. So and come up with ideas and just pretty much just be able to continue to move things forward. So at this point, first we want to hear from you if anyone has any quick questions or feedback, or tell us how you're feeling generally about all that has gone down. Just like we said, it's beyond the prize money and all the winner certificates. Okay, John, great. Oh, great. So we have people willing to speak. So let's hear from you quickly. So let's start with John. Hi, John, can you hear us? Okay, go on.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Go on. Yes, yeah. No, okay, well, we can hear you now. We couldn't hear you.
All right.
So go on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm really glad to be part of the program. You know, it's actually eye-opening. We've learned from the 4 sessions that we had, 1 on Friday evening, 3 on Saturday. It's actually nice to learn from experts on the field. And we are very glad. You know, we've taken a lot of courses on so many platforms on policy, but this is just like an hands-on experience. Like, you know, I told my team members that it's really a marathon because we really need to, you know, rack our brains and come up with ideas under 24 hours. And I am very glad, you know, like I'm a trained scientist and what we do majorly is practicals. So all other social courses that we've taken, they are more of theory. So, but this particular program, you know, gave us like a platform to lay our hands on the practical aspect of policy making. And we are very glad to be part of the program. Kudos to the organizers. We believe that we are going, you know, towards a greater cause in Nigeria. And we believe that all our policy ideas one day will be implemented. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, John. We're really happy to hear that. Okay, Grace. After Grace, we'll have Musa and then Bright. Grace, over to you.
Thank you so much, Ebenezer. Good evening, everyone, once again. Thank you for the audience. I really want to appreciate the organizers of the Policy Shapers initiative. It has been wonderful. When I first saw the link, I clicked on it and I just went on from there. Then I got an email, very ecstatic. Then it came to choosing teams. It was quite rigorous. My initial team that I was paired with were not available, so I had to source out for teams. And I have been blessed with the absolute best teammates. They are wonderful. Again, thank you to the panels of judges. Thank you to the speakers we had since Friday to yesterday, especially the talk where was given about you're not too young to run. That was incredibly amazing. It really stuck with me. And again, thank you for the opportunity. I hope that this will foster more activities amongst the youth. Again, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Grace. Musa, over to you.
Thank you so much. And I think this
is it just me or is Musa's internet breaking?
It is.
serious interest in most of us who participated.
Okay, sorry,
and,
sorry, Musa, we're struggling to hear you.
We had the opportunity of listening from the horse's mouth, those people who have been leading. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, so yeah, thank you so much. Can you confirm if you can hear me too? I was saying that this marathon was actually a serious eye-opener for us who have actually not been in the activities of the policy making, though we are doing advocacy and here, that we will definitely continue pursuing this. And personally, I enjoyed those sessions that we had the opportunity of listening from those people who are leading this from the forefront.
Yeah. Okay, I think Musa's internet has gone off, but at least we could make out the best of what he said. Bright, over to you. After Bright, if we have anyone else, we'll take the person before we go to Chimdi. Bright. Bright, over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good evening. First of all, I want to thank the organizers for providing this kind of opportunity. This is my very first time of participating in something like this, and I am glad that I enjoyed every of the process, from the research process to the compilation to the group discussions we had. I was really, really impressed, and it was educative. So thank you so much for providing the opportunity, and I pray that we have this kind of opportunity coming forth again for us to participate in. Now, I don't know if I would be given the opportunity to please give a little shout out to my group, to my team members, please. Is that allowed, sir?
Yeah, go on, sure. Quickly, just so other people can
speak. Thank you so
quickly.
much. Thank you. Bayonel, thank you, our team leader, Bayonel. Thank you so much for taking out your time to compile our work and then to present it here also. Thank you. Thank you, Kelebawi. Thank you, Samson, Samuel Phillips. Thank you, Simbo. Thank you so much. I was so glad working with you professionals, and I have learned from your humility, and I'm glad, and I pray that we'll meet again and collaborate to bring something tangible that will favor Nigeria as a country. And then thank you also to the organizers for giving me the opportunity to work with this group of persons. The connection I had is impactful. Thank you so much. I pray that this kind of opportunity keeps coming. Thank you very much.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Bright, and shout out to your team members. Okay, let's take Tolulope and Ifeoluwa before we then hear Chimdi and any other of the people there. So Tolulope, let's take you first.
Okay, thank you very much, Ebenezer. From the very first day, I think it has been very, very impactful. From the first speaker, the second, the third, and fourth, like I made sure, even though we know as the data consumption might be right now, but I had to look for ways to join and make sure I didn't miss any part of the presentations. I had a very wonderful time, and also the team that I was with, man, those guys are wonderful. I really appreciate this avenue for me to meet those kind of people and also collaborate to bring out such wonderful things within a very short time. Also, I was really touched with the practicality of every person that presented. There are people that have wealth of experience, and not just people that tell you, oh, you can do this, you can do that. There are people that told us, this is how I have done it practically, and this is the result. And man, that is it for me. Like, that's because I like practicality, and I feel like if we talk, not only talk, we should do the work. And I feel like this set of people that met on this platform are really people that don't like only to talk, but actually do the work. And I am really impressed. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Tolu. Really, really nice. And yes, I mean, we really would have loved to part of our budget to cover everyone's data costs, but sadly this year we couldn't get a budget for that. But our subsequent events, be very sure that that's something we're obviously thinking about, and we're going to make sure that it's easier for our community members to take part in the hackathons. Okay, if you're over to you.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity you are granted to us. I must say that the organizers were very organized, and I'm not just speaking of the now, I mean the hackathon, right from the policy Saturdays. I had no expectations, however, but it's the organization, the composure, and the kind of effort they directed into, especially the kind of resource persons you guys brought on board. It goes to show how very organized and intentional you go about your stuff. And I must say that the take home here for me is how, because Ebenezer mentioned something, that the effort it took us or it took the guy to put in something into the hackathon, 48 hours. It goes to, for me, it goes to show how low we have lowered the standard in Nigeria. I mean, if young persons like us, within 48 hours, can come up with something. And the minister said, you've been a governor for 4 years, or a senator, or a policymaker. That it goes to show, okay, that we really lowered the standard, just so that the little these guys do, the little in quote now, we celebrate that that mediocrity. I believe that the way I look at policy shapers, I see them as gatekeepers, and for them, this kind of opens the gate for us to see that, okay, we can contribute so much more, even with the little we have, we can do so much more. Thank you very much.
Amazing, Ife. Yes, I mean, you've pretty much summarized it. You've really summarized the whole mantra and the whole idea behind this. Just to let us, I mean, the goal is to inspire us and to make all of us know that we do have something to contribute, to Nigeria's growth, even in a policy angle. Okay, Chimdi, your hand is up. You want to say something?
Yes.
You taking it down? Okay.
Just want to say, well done to all the teams that participated in this. I'm also happy with the feedback that I've been getting from all of you about, the practicality of the experience and all of that, and the team connections you are making. All of that is important, and I will speak more about that at the end of today's section. But just for now, I just wanted to say, I know some of you didn't have the time to complete your presentation and all of that. You should not worry. I think the main aspect is the one you did, and that's your policy memo that you produced. That is really the main aspect. The presentation aspect is to be able to, help you know how to present large information, just make it in such a short time, and also try to what we call bluff. There's what we call bluff, bottom line up front. When you meet policy makers, you have to know how to just tell them, hey, this is this. So that's just the idea of making you present under 5 minutes and all of that. But you should not worry if you are not able to complete your presentation. Just know that you have done the main work, which is your policy. And whatever the outcome is, you should just go with the idea that you gained a lot from this. And I also want to circle back to the point that our team as policy shapers, we started off from a hackathon that we participated in. And if I remember clearly, after the first hackathon, I don't think we didn't win the competition. We didn't win the hackathon. There was a way it happened that our track was just an additional track that was added on. So, but we took the positives out from the competition, and here we are today, organizing hackathons and helping other young people come into learning about policy. So you might not win. That's normal. There are always winners, but there are more important aspects of this program that we hope that you take from here. That is, the experiences, the practicality of kind of work that is involved in making policy. And also, when you hear from the judges, you also hear things about like narrowing down your point, not being broad about issues. Now, how to narrow down issues. When you talk about insecurity or unemployment, how to narrow it down to just actionable points. So I would just say well done to every one of you. We are proud of you and the work you've done. And congratulations to everyone.
Thank you so much, Chimdi. Really well said. So I'll just give a quick rundown of announcements. Judges are still deliberating. Just a few important announcements for everyone. And then I'm hoping by the time I'm done, judges will be back we'll take the announcement of winners. And then if we have anything else to say from organizing team members, we'll say our goodbyes and then we'll move on. Okay, so the first thing, just as we've always been saying, we're planning for this to be a movement. We don't think that it should be a one-off event. And that's why we mentioned that for the hackathon, we had events that built into it, and we're going to have activities that will build out of the hackathon as well. So there'll be a compendium of policy ideas. All those that submitted their policy ideas will work with you to refine it better and put it all together in a compendium, which we'll then use as an advocacy document. I mean, of course, your names and your contacts will all be there so that in case any of the candidates are looking for a young policy expert to engage, of course, you're obviously going to be reached out to. We also hope that we're going to publish after it's been edited, and we'll work with you to edit your memos and publish that on our website as well, which is where we hope will become a hub for policy ideas and policy discussions. We are still contemplating. Our current community is housed on Slack, but we know many people have been struggling with Slack. So we're still contemplating if we should move to WhatsApp versus Telegram, and we're going back and forth. But we're going to inform you of that. Some of you have reached out to us to say that you would love to join the Policy Shapers community. If you go to our website, policyshapers.com/join, you would see the quick short form you can use to join our community. I mean, we do a lot more just beyond the hackathon. Some of you who know the Reform IELTS campaign, we've been working on that along with our community members, and I'm sure that for all of these things that we've been able to discuss here today, we plan to work further with you and build advocacy campaigns around these issues as well, so that we can see how we can bring them to the fore. So so we're going to share more information with you. Thank God we have your emails. We'll be sharing that. All certificates are ready. We have, okay, the judges say they are ready. So let me pause on the announcements and bring them back because they're very busy people, so that we would take the announcement of the winners and we would take our remaining announcements. Okay. Okay. In their back. Okay. Judges, are you back? Just to be sure you can hear us.
I'm here.
Oh, great. Okay, great. Okay. Sheol, so we would like you to, if Sheol is here, give us a quick comment. But before Sheol does that, I think what will make sense is just to hear, just very quickly, 5 minutes each from each judge, if you do have something to say, based on your general perspective on the ideas you heard and part of what we're trying to build at Policy Shapers. So it would be great. I know we didn't mention this, but it would be really great to hear your thoughts. We know that the questioning section was not long enough for you to convey your thoughts. So if we could start with Jennifer, that would be great if you're here. Just say something to the young people.
Thanks, Eben. I'll turn on my video just for now. Just to say well done, everyone. I think it's really exciting that we have this number of young people who are interested in policy and development in Nigeria, putting in their time to say, this is a problem we're facing. How can we think around solutions? What does policy recommendation look like? And you've all done really good work in terms of researching, looking at the big picture, looking at it from an SDG lens and looking at it contextually, knowing that Nigeria is plagued with several development issues. So for me, I would say a big well done to everyone. Your presentations were good. All of the feedback are still valid in terms of how best to use references, having a data-grounded presentation, and then just generally being able to connect the dots from the problem to the solution recommendation. But for me, well done, everyone. Thank you. Okay, Eben.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jenny. Hamzi, are you here now? We were trying to hear from you earlier. Can you hear us? It would be great to hear your voice as well and your thoughts. Hi, Hamza, can you hear us? Okay, maybe Hamza is having technical challenges. So let's move to Bella now.
Hi everyone. I thought I'd turn on my video here as well. Oh, I'm blurred. I have a blurred background. Oh, interesting. Anyway, I first want to commend policy shapers for actually putting this initiative together. It's heartwarming to be able to see this many young people who are interested in not just being the troublemakers on social media, but using their time wisely and thinking very constructively about the challenges that we have, but more importantly, what innovative solutions they can bring to the table. So I truly appreciate the work that Policy Shapers is doing with the hackathon and the extent of interest that this program has generated. For a lot of what you guys have done over the last few days or weeks that you've worked on this is what most people pay top dollars to go and study at Harvard, right? So you're already doing that right here in Nigeria. This is a great start. We still want you to be able to go to Harvard and the LSEs of this world to be more grounded in this area, but you're getting a really good start. Regardless of who wins today, I want you to know that the solutions you brought to the table were valid. But ultimately there has to be a winner out of every situation. I wish we had some more time to engage the presentations, to share feedback, but also maybe understand from the perspective of the presentation or presenters what was going through their mind as they were going through the problem. But it's the first of its kind, and what it means is that we're looking forward to applying the lessons that we're learning out of this to improving on the process next week or next time around that they have it. But all in all, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in decision-making positions in the future, and just knowing that that process started right here, and with this process that Policy Shapers is putting together. Thank you for thinking about me to serve on the panel. It's been great, and yeah, I look forward to what the future holds. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bella. Really, really great to hear from you. When Cynthia spoke about the Not Too Young to Run movement yesterday, everyone was really inspired, and Bella is one of the founding members, so you guys can definitely connect with her on LinkedIn. It appears Hamza is not here yet, so let's hear from Nnamdi. Nnamdi, if you can hear us, it'd be great to also hear from you.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
So I'm just following the tradition of the other judges to turn on my video so you can put a face to the name. Yeah, just to say thank you for the opportunity. I think that Policy Shapers is doing, excuse me, very good work in the policy space. I know that some of the first interactions was just watching events that really advocate about abolishing IELTS, which I thought was really interesting and quite commendable. And yeah, just to commend you for all the progress that's been made on that front. With respect to this hackathon, I thought it is quite interesting actually, because when you typically hear a hackathon, what then comes to your mind is some group of ICT or tech bros sitting down and building solutions. But it's good that even in the policy space, we are bringing that discipline and also trying to look at how we can use just the same processes, the same critical thinking tools and models to build solutions that can actually shift the call forward in just the way that governance is done, in the way policymaking is done, and that can just bring broad-based benefits to all our lives. So it's a very laudable effort, and I hope to see this continue. And I also hope that all the people that have gotten involved in this can use this as a platform to springboard to other achievements in this space and just move Nigeria forward. Just as the other judges have said, as with competitions like this, there obviously has to be a winner. So the fact that some or one group is a winner doesn't mean that your other efforts are invalidated. It just means that you should see it as an opportunity for you to just deepen your development, deepen your learning, and to move forward to becoming just this prolific policy maker So again, thank you for the opportunity, and I wish you all just success moving on from here.
Thank you so much, Namdi, and thanks a lot for, this is even to all of the judges. Just thank you so much for your time, for giving us the leeway to disturb you, on a Sunday evening when you should be rested, and getting you in here. And just to let you know that we'll always be in touch, because we do need mentors in our community to continue to inspire us and direct us all through the way. So the moment of truth, I'll try not to be like who wants to be a millionaire. I'll hand over to Shehu now, to first give his thoughts and then announce the winners. Over to you, Shehu.
All right, thank you so much. And I have to say, I've been fascinated with what all of you have done. It's been an incredible time here. Let me just put it that way. And say thank you for doing this. I'm happy the young people are able to think through policy, are able to build ideas. I have my own feedback for the organizers. I know how 5 minutes can be a challenge to really able to lay out an introduction and set like references, and now be able to lay on recommendation. I feel like there was no time management for a lot of people in terms of how you were able to outlay your challenge and be able to crescendo and get to the end, which is where you want to land your final conclusion and recommendation. I also feel like evidence is power. So when you're trying to bring up your introduction, come from a position of evidence, and make it as tight as possible. Because what I figure out is that the way you structured needed a bit to pull a bit of evidence to make sure that that is much more powerful as much as possible. But a lot of people didn't push hard on evidence to lay out their introduction. Then you lay out your introduction with evidence, then you'll not be able to say, this is what the contextual environment looks like right now, and this is where we are thinking the conclusions and recommendations should be, which is most standard layout for most research. All around great work. I will announce the winners now. I don't know why you have given me the honor to do this. I think Team 4 and Team 5, I don't have their names on the sheet. Maybe you can give me their names, Ebenezer.
Yes, I'll share that shortly. Just give me a second.
Or you can put it in the presentation. Yeah, Team 4 and Team 5, their names, so that I won't say Team 4, Team 5. I could just basically just state their names clearly. Yeah, just a second. That's all right, good. So we have Team 4. What's Team 4? And thank you so much, Bella. Thank you.
Team 4 is Team Harvest, yes.
Okay, Team 4 is Team Harvest. Thank you so much, Bella. Thank you so much, Indibus, Inamdi. Thank you so much, Jennifer. And it's a pleasure to be doing this today. Then Team 5 is Proactive. So I'll start from the second to the third. We're just going to mention the top 3. So that's how we're going to have. So the third, I don't want to do that. Some form of drum rolls. Okay. All right. So let me go properly. The second runner up is Team Harvest. Team Harvest, second runner up. Great work, great presentation. Could you have done much more? I feel my own view in terms of this introduction was great, this presentation lovely, but we couldn't yet have time to hear your recommendations. So I know you had it on your presentation. Thank you so much. The first runner up is Coalition for Change. Incredible presentation. More logic and sequence, but incredible pace and work. And the first for this whole policy hackathon is the builders. So thank you so much. That's all we have from the judges. And it's been a great honor doing this with you. Thanks so much.
Let's put our hands together for the announcements if we can. We can unmute and just put our hands together. Thank you. Thank you so much, Shehu. Thank you so much to all our judges for giving us your time. Congratulations to the builders. They seem very confident, right from the start, right? Congratulations to everyone else, that has participated, that has been a finalist, that has been a participant. Just as we earlier said, this really isn't about the competition or the prize money. It's really about the movement that we want to build, and we're happy that we're all doing this together with you. So just to wrap up, just to our judges, if you want to leave at this point, you can leave. We just have some housekeeping announcements to quickly finish. Just as I was saying before the judges came in, we have certificates ready already, so we're going to share that with you immediately we leave this meeting. As for prize money and all of that, we're going to contact the various winning teams to discuss vouchers and stuff like that. Also, just important to mention that all of these ideas, and like we said, there were events that built into the hackathon, and there will be events that build out of the hackathon, from the policy Saturday classes to the survey, and then having the hackathon session. We do plan to have a compendium of policy ideas from the session. So it means we'll work with all of the teams to refine your ideas and edit your ideas and try to structure it better, just so that we can put it together in the compendium, which we hope would then become an advocacy tool, which we'll use as campaign seasons begin, and hopefully inspire other young people to also be thinking about policy. Also, yeah, just to say, all the videos, all the recordings will be shared on our YouTube channel. So we'll share that link with you as well. Look forward to that. And the final announcement is that the evaluation form, to evaluate the speakers and all the sessions and our support that we give to you, will be shared as well. So please look out for that to be shared along with the certificates. So thank you so much. At this point, I will just hand it over to members of the organizing team, starting with the policy shapers team, just to give their final goodbyes and thank yous. Comfort, Chimdi, any of you, feel free to jump in.
Yeah, I'm happy to join in. Yeah. My name is Kenny, and I think it's been a wonderful 48 hours thus far. I was also opportunity to read out all the policy memos, and they were fantastic. I think one thing Bella said that is quite important is that we are moving from just shouting or complaining about the issues on social media, but to proposing solutions that can work, and we're going to build a movement around it. So I personally believe everyone are winners, and the most important part of this hackathon is the post-hackathon experience. As a team, we are ready to work with you guys to build a compendium to make the policy memo better, and to ensure that some of the recommendations and hard work are hopefully and eventually, actualized. So thank you once again. Feel free to reach out to any of us, and we're happy to help. Congratulations to everyone again.
Thank you so much, Kenny. Chimdi, quickly, let's just jump in. Chimdi, Comfort, anybody else here? Yeah, go ahead.
So yes, I'm always big on people, like the importance of people. Throughout the hackathon, you're able to connect with your team members. I mean, however way you guys are from. But my parting word is that you should try to, take more importantly the people who you meet with, your team members. You might go on to build something out of here. You might go on to, make more. Just do more with your team members. It all starts from. You always remember that it just started from this hackathon, and you guys met together and you connected, and so go with what you've learned. Is always a great experience, after 3 days having listened to all the policymakers who are doing great work, worked 24, 36 hours. Some of you may have not have slept, but just go with that motivation and continue to engage rightfully to bring change to the Nigerian polity. Yeah, congratulations to everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Chimdi. Thanks. Thank you so much. Okay, anybody else from the organizing team?
Yes, good evening, everyone. Congratulations to you all. I mean, it's been a marathon. I commend you all for the great work done. Just like Cynthia said yesterday, every generation have to choose their fight. I'm excited to see how committed you all were to ensuring that you're able to develop a policy memo. And I'm sure that you all drew inspiration, most of you drew inspiration from some of the judges and the mentors we had on the platform, considering you've been following all our work on our social media pages. You know, like I said this morning on the platform, every generation, like Frantz Fanon, making reference to Frantz Fanon, must out of relative obscurity discover its mission, fulfill it or betray it. Like I see a generation that is going all out to ensure that they fight their own battle to ensuring that we have a great policy, you know, not just, like Bella said, not just making noise on the social media, you know, we are more than the noise that we make on social media platform. Congratulations to you all, you're all winners, regardless of whether or not you had, you were listed on the top 3 and you had the cash prizes. It's beyond this, the experience, you know, will take you a long way. Policy Shapers today is a product of our own experience. We are not exactly saying that you must go on and build your own platform. You could also be part of the Policy Shapers community. I see that people have made it, reach out earlier to say they would like to be part of Policy Shapers. Feel free to reach out to us also. Connect with us on social media. And thanks to all the judges for your time and amazing job done. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Comfy. Anybody else? Anybody else? Just you guys just jump in quickly. 2 minutes.
Okay, congratulations to everyone. And we appreciate the time you put in to make this happen. Like I said yesterday, the fact that you considered this a noble cause is proof that we still have people who are hopeful about the country and who think that there's still hope for us, essentially. So thank you and well done. And like Chimdi also said, the people that you have met, the networks you have established, please don't take them for granted. Well done and all the best.
Thank you, Oyi. Anybody else? Promise, Dr. Progress, Lekon, you guys.
I've already posted my message on their WhatsApp group.
You have, okay, great. Okay.
I just wanted to say something. Please keep making noise. Nobody should tell you not to make noise, but it should be noise that comes with value. You can join teams like the Policy Shapers team to keep making noise and join them to advocate for all of those important things they are pushing. So keep making good noise and don't let your lights die. Let this be like a transition to some other very great stuff. Thank you, guys. Great to connect with you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Charles. Really great to hear from you. Anybody else before we turn it over to our DJ? Anyone else? Okay. All right. So on behalf of Policy Shapers again, just to say thank you again to everybody.